Welcome to Fishing Time with Team RT. Today, me and old Crab Claw and Captain Elmer Fudd, we going fishing. We're going to go down into the Little Lagoon in Gulf Shores, Alabama. What we got going on here, we just re-spooled these 3 dowel reels here. We spooled it up with some of this Seaguar 4 carbon 10-pound test line. Crab Claw says this is some showing up good line. And we certainly appreciate Seaguar giving us the opportunity to use this line.
Yeah, it's that fluorocarbon line, and what we did, we just got finished spooling. We're fishing with spinning reels today.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna show y'all, you know, we got this line here, we're just gonna spool it up, run it through the eyes.
You know, it's a tedious kind of job, and you know, probably 1 out of 10 times you'll forget to throw it through an eye once you're there, Captain.
You know that's right. The worst thing in the world for a fisherman is to get out there on the fish and then realize he has missed an eye with his line.
Yep. So,
and you got to stop and redo it all over again.
So we'll double check that for sure.
There you go.
After we feed her through there. Yeah, got a little fishing time over at Little Lagoon.
Yeah.
You know, I don't claim to be an expert at Little Lagoon. You know, we've had some good trips over there. But sometimes it's tough fishing over there, ain't it, Captain?
I tell you what, buddy, a lot of people, you know, they say that Little Lagoon's tough to fish, and there's fish in there. The biggest thing is, you got to go. You can't catch them sitting on the couch. And once them fish, there's some good fish over there, and once they get turned on, it is a thing of beauty. Me and old Crab Claw, a couple of years ago, we was over there fishing the Little Lagoon, and I'll be daggone if that Crab Claw wasn't catching them double fisting, 1 on each rod.
Yeah, some days are better than others, no doubt. But yeah, there's some healthy fish over there. I mean, I've seen some 8 and 9 pounders gator trap pulled out of there.
That's what we want.
So we got 4 poles. I guess we're gonna bring 4 poles today, and I guess we're gonna rig each pole's gonna have a different bait. Is that correct?
That is correct. Now what we got here, this first pole, we got here is the old rattle trap. As you can see, I changed the hook out the last time me and Crab Claw was fishing. That's when I caught that big redfish off that rattle trap. He busted up the hook, so I had to put a new hook. But we're gonna go on ahead and use it as is right there. And as you can see, that thing has been hit a few times, buddy.
Yeah, I tell you, a rattle trap is a good fish finder bait, you know, for Team Lartigue for sure.
Woo.
The fish like it, don't they, Captain?
Woo-wee. So what we're gonna do, we have rigged it up. That is what you call a leader line. That is 30-pound fluorocarbon leader line with the barrel swivel on the end. That's a barrel swivel. And what you do, you simply tie your barrel swivel to the line on your pole. And then your leader line is going to be tied to your lure. And there you have it in case you get one of them showing ups. It's got some big teeth. That 30-pound leader line is going to save your bait.
Yeah, we'll start out with leader line. You know, a lot of times we'll tie it straight on with no leader line. But as we're first getting started, you know, we'll put some leader line on there and see how that fares out before we go to even lighter line.
That's right. But, like I said, this fluorocarbon line is supposed to be invisible in the water, so I think we're going to be just right, Crab Claw. You can see Buzzbait has a little time with his eyes. But there you have it. She's in there. Now that's tied on with a 30-pound leader line. And that's going to save that rattle trap right there so we can use her again the next time. So there's one of them, Crab Claw.
Alright,
that's a fish getter right there for sure.
You know, if we had the time, we try to re-rig our poles And we unrig our poles. You know, after we get finished, you know, going fishing, you know, we'll take our lures off because those lures are very dangerous. I mean, you know, we'll rig them up before we go, and then we'll unrig them as we get finished.
You know that's right. I tell you what, those hooks are so sharp. You get one of them treble hooks buried in you, you might have to go to the hospital and get her surgically removed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I tell you what, there's been a lot of accidents with hooks throughout the years with people, and whew, it's a painful situation when you get a daggum hook stuck in your finger.
It sure is. All right, now we're going to take this one. I think we're going to try Mr. Lunker City Finesse Silver Glitter Finesse Rubber Band.
Yeah, we'll try some plastic as well, and you know, we always like to put a little kicker on there, you know, a little piece of fresh cut bait. We'll bring our cast net and we'll try to catch some fresh bait. But I tell you what, that's a swim bait that is very, very effective.
Tell you what, that looks just like that shad swimming around out there. Woo! You get this bait out there on me, buddy, you better hold on.
Yeah, it's a slow moving bait. You know, you know, it's a bump and grind kind of action on that bait.
You take this is the grub head, and you just simply run this thing right on that finesse bait, right through the nose, going there about, you know, half an inch. It's got that little piece on it right there that holds that lure. Little piece right there is what holds your bait.
Got like a little notch.
There you go. Simply run that on there, and there you have it. What you do with this, you bump it like Crab Claw said, you bump that along the bottom, or you can, you know, swim it freely. But buddy, that is a hot bait in the Little Lagoon at times.
Yeah, it has been hot at times, no doubt.
Hopefully, you know, a lot of times you'll get your lead head, and it's got the paint, where they paint them, you got to use something. I like using another hook to clean that out.
To open that hole out.
To open the hole. So you can get your line in there. So that's what we're going to do.
So we got a 1/4 ounce red lead head with a swim bait.
That's exactly correct. By Lunker City.
That's right, Lunker City. Been gracious enough to hook us up with a few baits.
Yeah, this is where I don't think I opened the hole up enough there, Crab Claw. We're gonna reach in here and get another one. Got a little wider point on it.
Yeah, you got a
we
rock.
Just cleaned her up right there. Now she'll go through. Let's see. Here we are. There she goes. Oh, Buzzbait, he just likes to run the line through the eye of the head, of the lead head, and he likes to give him about, you know, 5, 6 twists. And you take this line and you run it back through the loop in the line.
Which is the first loop towards the head, the lead head of the line.
That is correct. You simply tie her down and she is ready to go. Now we got 2 of them rigged.
And we got 2 more.
And we got 2 more to go.
You know, what we're trying to do is we're going to try to find what these fish want. And that's the reason we're going to hook them up. You know, each pole will be hooked up with a different bait.
What we got here? This is a shallow water mirror lure. Made by Mirror Lure. Shallow run. Now this thing right here, it is just like, you know, the rattle trap. It does have a rattle in it. You know, you can use it like you use the rattle trap. You can run it on, this is a shallow runner, so it's going to stay up shallow. This is a very productive bait as well. Now you can take that thing, as you can hear it, it's got a little different rattle to it.
Yeah, it's got a little like a hard, deep rattle.
It sure does. As you can see, that thing's got some good shine to it. That is a very, very good.
It looks like a glass minnow, you know.
Sure
real similar to a glass minnow. And I tell you what, speckled trout like to eat glass minnows too, don't they, Captain?
Big old speckled trout, he'll show enough jump up on it. You can see we're going to do this one more time. We're going to demonstrate this again. I always want to make sure you hit all your eyes. That's the main thing.
Yeah, because as many times as we've done it, and you know, you'll double check it, and you'll be out there, and she won't be casting right, and you're like, you know what, I done missed one of mine.
Yep. And that is very frustrating when you're out there on the fish. And you need everything working just right for you. So, you get that rigged up. And you know, I just simply do the same thing. You take your line here, rig it right through the eye on your lure. As you can see, buzzbait needs some glasses.
Can't quite twist her through there like he used to.
And buzzbait has never worn glasses, but I think he's getting pretty close to time to get him something.
Let's hope not.
Then you just simply run that, if you can see it. That fluorocarbon line is so light colored, it's hard to see.
Yeah, it's supposed to be invisible to the fish.
And I did not see, but there you have it. She's in there, she's cinched up, she's ready to go. I always like to give her a little tug before I actually use it to make sure she's cinched in there real good.
Yeah, because you know, even the best line, you know, will have sometimes they'll have weak spots in it, you know.
It sure will.
I mean, sometimes you'll pull up.
Seaguar, like I said once again, we certainly appreciate them. We love using that Seaguar line, buddy. Let me tell you, nothing like it. She's ready to go. All right. That's 3 of them bad boys ready. Now, crab claw is also, we're going to take some of this with us. These are them gulp baits. These gulp baits, buddy, I'll tell you what. They got a good stink on them. This right here is number 4. What we have here, that is crab claws, one of crab claw's favorite lures. Part of his lure. This is a cork head. They call them foam head. But what it is a cork. And what it does, it keeps the bait on top of the water.
Yeah, I mean, it's a painted cork head, and what it'll do, I like to do a slow drift, which will keep it off the ground. You know, a 1/4 ounce lead head will bump and grind on the ground, and a lot of times it'll, you know, catch a lot of grass and get a lot of hung up. But with this bait right here, you know, it's got a foam head. It's got a painted foam head with probably about a, you know, about a 2/0 hook. And what we'll do with that bait is we'll put one of those finesse baits on there, and what we'll do is we'll do a slow drift behind the boat, and it'll just kind of, you know, go up and down, up and down, up and down, and keeping it, you know, off the bottom. And a lot of times those fish, you know, they'll be holding, you know,
they'll be hitting on top of the water. What this does, this thing allows that bait to stay on top of the water. It's a cork. That is a cork head. What it does, it's going to keep that bait on top of the water.
Well, it'll slowly, it'll slowly suspend, and what it'll do is, instead of with a 1/4 ounce lead weight, you know, it'll go a lot quicker. But with this, it'll be a slow suspending action, which
just rigor on that.
Which has been very effective over at Little Lagoon as well, you know.
Oh, see, that's what happens when you miss. I was using that by feel. I think Paul's got about 8-pound test on this. This is some of that showing off cigar, 4 carbon, 8-pound test line.
Yeah, you know, usually those bigger fish, you tend to catch bigger fish with lighter line. I mean, you'll have more hits, but you know, there again, you will get broke off. But you hope hopefully you can hook him right there in the lip, and that light pound test line, it'll bring them big old 8-10 pound trout in there.
You use your drag right, it sure will. That's when you showing off. It's nothing like catching those big fish on light line when you can show enough. Use your drag and your reel and your whole setup the way it's supposed to be used. There you have it. That's with the cork head.
So that's what we got. We got a slow suspending bait. We've got a 1/4 ounce lead head bait. We got the rattle trap, and we're gonna try a gulp bait. That's what we're gonna get started with today. And then, you know, as we said, you know, we're gonna bring our cast net. We're gonna try to catch some live finger mullet. So everybody just hang tight. More fishing time, hosted by Team LRT. We hope y'all enjoy the show.
Shop
where the seafood's fresh
and the gumbo's hot.
At the seafood shop where you pick 'em
and we steam 'em
hot on the spot. Bridge on the recipe,
spicy and hot.
At the seafood shop. Come on down
to the seafood shop
where the seafood's fresh
and the gumbo's hot.
Where you pick 'em
and we steam 'em
hot on the spot. So y'all come see us at the seafood shop
where the seafood's fresh
and the gumbo's hot.
You pick it.
We steam it.
Hot on the spot.
Either original
or spicy hot.
At the seafood shop.
That's right, the seafood shop.
230-43 Perdido Beach Boulevard, Orange Beach, Alabama.
We hope to see y'all soon.
Where we appreciate your business.
What you got going on there, Elmer?
A bird's nest.
A bird's nest? What is a bird's nest?
A bird's nest is when you throw a spinning rod into a bait caster, excuse me. You throw a bait caster into the wind, you get a serious backlash.
And we just got to the honey hole.
Yeah, we just got to the honey hole, and you do not want this to happen.
Yeah, it's
well, I tell you what there, Elmer. Do you think Buzz Bait might be able to help you out?
I would hope not. But if you think you could possibly pull this off,
pass it off and see what old Buzzbait can do.
I'm done. I'm done.
Captain Elmer says he's done.
I'm done.
That old Buzzbait, you know, he's had many a backlash in his day.
Well, a lot of people
go ahead and show him how to get her out.
A lot of people don't understand what a backlash is.
Well, a backlash is when your line gets all tangled up inside the spool. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna use a little patience. And you see where it's hung up.
You know, sometimes if they're real nice and deep,
it's right there. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna simply pull some line out. Pull your line out.
And then what you want to do is try to find that little kink.
That's what you do. See, I'm trying to find that little kink.
And then what you want,
and you just kind of work your line as you go, as you pulling the kinks. And look at here, Lord. Well, I'll be dog, Captain Elmer. Let's see. We still got one more here. Let's see if we can find that one. That one's right there. And look at there.
And what he's actually trying to do is he's trying to find a like where the pyramid runs. You know, when you get a backlash on a bait caster, you know, you'll see where it's tangled up, and you have to grab that tangle up, don't you, Captain?
You sure do. You got to pull that one loops out from that other one. You know, it is time consuming, but once you have the technique, see, she is good and free. So, Captain Elmer, you just got to use a little patience with your fishing, son. So, here you go, baby. I think you're back in business.
All right, so we got Elmer back in business. Buzzbait.
Elmer never was out of business. Now, if y'all watch Elmer, he just had a strike. You see the end of that grub? He just took the tail right off of it. Well, Elmer wasn't out, but thank you there, Buzzer. We appreciate you, babe.
Back in business there, Elmer.
Much. You need your new lure.
Well, thank you, Elmer.
You need your new one.
You know, that's what happens sometimes when you're out here fishing. You know, that fish, it did have a couple of little tails on it. That fish just nibbled the tail right off. Hey there, this is the old Buzzbait, a part of the Crab Claw. Available today for only $12.95 plus shipping. You can own your first edition DVD Fishing Time video show. That's right, for only $12.95 plus shipping, you can own your first Fishing Time TV DVD hosted by Team RT. What you think about that, Crab Claw?
Well, I'll tell you what, also available today, we have Fish Rock, original music by Crab Claw, Barracuda, and Electric Eel.
I tell you what, do you think we might be able to hit them with a special today there, old Crab Claw?
I'll tell you what, if you order today, you get both Fish Rock, original music, and Fishing Time TV DVD hosted by Team RT for only $12.95 plus shipping if you order today.
That's only $12.95, so y'all need to order today. That's $12.95 plus shipping. We hope to see y'all soon.
Order today, order tomorrow, order any day. Fishing Time, hosted by Team RT. Y'all come see us.
Come over, baby, watch the sun go down. And when the winds they are blowing, and the sea they start growing, heading out in the middle of the night, I can tell them fish gonna bite. The moon is full and the sky is bright. I think we'll fish it till the morning.